Day 14 today. I want to talk a little bit about perseverance. Quote for today is, "It is a curse to have everything go right on your first attempt." It's a curse to have everything go right on your first attempt. Thought a lot about that quote this morning, and when I think back to examples of my life of that playing out, man, is it true? For example, if you have a class and you're in your first semester in college and you get that first test and, maybe you just did a little preparation. You never know how that first test is going to go. It kind of sets the tone for how difficult or easy that class is going to be for that semester. But maybe that first test is just a cakewalk, and maybe you just prepared a little bit and you thought maybe you were over-prepared because, man, you knocked it out of the park. You got an A. And you're like, wow, this class is going to be a breeze. And then that second test, you don't have to do as much preparation. You're thinking, this is going to be an easy class. So you don't prepare much at all. And then that second test hits you and you are absolutely underprepared. And that first test did not set the tone for what the class was going to be. It actually just was gradually going to get more difficult. And then you fail big, and then you're shocked by failing so big. And you're used to the comfortability of doing well in that class. And then now you're in a major hole because you succeeded so well the first time. Same with, for example, if someone goes out and plays golf and maybe they haven't played before, but they're athletic and they have a really good round and they shoot pretty well and they think, I don't need to practice. So then, the second time they ever play, they go out with their buddies and, they say, oh, I'm a pretty good golfer. I haven't golfed much, but I've done it before and I shot well. And then you go out the second time and, you don't prepare at all. And, maybe that first time you were hitting the driving range and you were really trying to do well, so you did well. And the second time you don't prepare at all and you make a fool of yourself in front of your friends because you didn't think you had to prepare. You just thought you were good at the thing. And that's just, taking a test and golfing, and those things aren't bad examples. That's just things that happen in life. But there also are things that people succeed at the first time that are not so good things in life that then lead them down a negative rabbit hole, which, for example, like gambling. People go to the casino or bet on sports, and I've definitely been a victim of that in the past where the worst thing you can ever do, and I tell people this, is win early. I've done that, and you think you know what you're doing. You think that you can replicate that time and time again. And again, it's a curse to have everything go right on your first attempt, because then it sets this positive precedent in your mind that then is only going to lead to misplaced hope, which is always going to lead to, eventual, coming down from that and crashing and burning out for whatever the thing is. So those are just 3 examples of succeeding on something the first attempt that can really lead to a disastrous, future by putting your hope in that early success. What's actually better is to fail the first time and then have to earn said activity, like taking a test or going to the gym that we talk about, or whatever it is you've got going on in life, to fail and to learn, and then to fail better the second time, and then to fail even better the third time, to where you've built a true foundation around what it is that you are doing. And hopefully that's good things that you're doing. But if you can build a solid foundation of failing a little bit better, but becoming better and doing the thing the right way, then you're really going to care about that more. You're going to know it more thoroughly, and you're going to want to protect that thing more because you have put a lot of time and effort in, and you've seen the growth kind of step by step. And it's just so interesting in life, like anything you do, whether that's like going to the gym for the very first time, you always start out weak. You always start out unprepared. And a lot of times you do fail, which is a good thing. If you can just kind of switch your mindset between, like, I don't want to get lucky and succeed on this first attempt. I want to go and start from square one. Then there's actually beauty in that, but that's also what turns a lot of people off. Like, people go to the gym and get so discouraged because they can't keep up with people around them. Or people will go to the library and, they barely understand what they're reading. And then it's like, this isn't me. I'm just not proficient at this. I'm not good at it. And then it kind of can, for people that don't have the perseverance, they'll just burn out and not want to continue with said thing. But how do we not only take it as a challenge, but take it as such a positive where, hey, I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to suck the next few weeks, month, 6 months, or whatever the time frame is, but I'm going to incrementally get better, and I'm going to love the journey of that. Or I'm going to go to the library and rent this book, and I'm going to have to read it twice, but I'm going to obtain the information eventually, and then I'm going to go get the next one, and I'm going to be better for it. So just starting something and appreciating the failure is a mindset shift that especially us Christians, I think, should embrace and be able to live in a way where we're just okay and at peace with that delayed gratification. There's a couple videos I've watched recently, and the quote keeps coming up, it's supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be hard. And just, I'm trying to imprint that on my soul. Because again, if I can just think of that mindset of I'm going to fail, it's supposed to be hard, I'm going to do things the right way, even though they're not easy. Like that's the stuff that mindset shift is going to make you such a strong person, such a good example for the gifts that God have given us, and just such a good example for that delayed gratification that this world could use a lot more of. So let's talk a little about perseverance in James. So in James 1, we'll talk about verses 2 through 4, and then verse 12. So in James 1, verse 2, it says, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work, so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything." And then in verse 12 it says, "Blessed is the one who perseveres under trial, because having stood the test, that person will receive the crown of life that the Lord has promised to those who love him." Blessed is the one who perseveres under trial. Again, how can we in our lives just have that mindset shift where, as it's written in verse 2 there, consider it pure joy whenever you face trials. That's kind of what I was trying to get at earlier in the video, is not only just being okay with, hey, it's supposed to be hard and I'm going to fail, and in fact, I don't want to succeed the first time. Like, that's a weird kind of counterintuitive mindset shift, but not only being okay with that, but considering it pure joy, because you know that the tests and the trials that you're facing are going to lead to perseverance. It's going to lead to you, again, everything I said earlier, it's going to lead to you knowing you built the foundation right. It's going to lead to you knowing that you care so much more deeply about that thing because you know it more intimately, more thoroughly, and you worked hard to get to the point in which you're at. So that's what I got for you today. Persevere, and no matter what it is, one step in front of the other, and know that you're going to be better for it. And that's day 14.